In an attempt to save time on harvest day, Randy prepares the needed equipment. I guess it would help if you actually knew what equipment you needed. The net result is ultimately just wasting valuable time. This is episode 43. Look, Mountain! What's going on, everyone? It is June here on the ranch, and we got another busy day. No time to waste today. We're going to go pick up our soybeans, and it looks like all of our fields are ready to harvest, so that's interesting. We're just going to leave this here, and yeah, we would like to get to all of them today. That would be kind of nice, but the canola we did plant a little bit after our wheat, so I believe, it wouldn't be the worst to let that sit for another month just to make sure. It depends on how much we can really get done, because we really need to prioritize our hay and then getting that wheat done as well so we can get that field turned over. It's going to take a while. I guess while we're here, we could drop off a little bit more feed for them. Looks like, pretty much every month we are getting some new chickens. I believe the ones we originally bought are almost out of, reproduction. I mean, they've given us a fair amount more chickens each month, but I think they might be too old now, so it might be time to consider even selling that first batch. And I guess we'll have to get this dropped off back into our big silo, and then we can pick up our soybeans just on the other side. Alright, the good old feed store has the best price once again at, I believe, $4,700 per 1,000 liters, so that's awesome. I think we have about 13,000 liters, so I mean, whatever 13 times 40, 4.5, I don't know, we'll find out. 60 grand something, maybe, rough guess. That looks pretty good. I think we're just gonna leave our trailer here as well and head right on over to the farm store. That way we can go pick up probably, I don't know, I want to check out a bigger windrower and probably a bigger tedder as well. Oh my gosh, so much traffic out this morning. But yeah, I'm tempted to get a couple things along those lines. We've wanted to get some bigger grass equipment for a while now, and we do have some money in the bank. Of course, we just made a little bit more from our soybeans, which we can go check out in a moment here once we get to the store. And I mean, obviously we want to check out what's on sale too, so we'll be there in a moment. Alright, and yeah, if we look, we made 65,000. So ballpark, again, pretty decent. And of course, yeah, we made another 60. That's almost pretty close to what we made yesterday, last month. That's pretty wild. But yeah, another 65,000 on top of what we already had. And of course, we're at the store. So, let's check out what there is. Okay. I really like this a lot. 511 horsepower is way more power than anything we have on the farm needs to run. But, I mean, that does allow for upgrades. And, of course, it's got the tracks, too. This is just an absolute unit on sale. And, I mean, if we sold the 7 Series, we could buy this right now. Something to think about, for sure. Oh, wow. Definitely want to get something like that in the future. But I think for now, that's kind of tough, considering we do want to buy some other stuff, and of course we haven't paid off our initial debt either. This is also something kind of interesting to get for our kind of syrup and honey area, we kind of wanted to get something just for keeping them loaded up, especially that honey, and this might be kind of perfect. We don't get too much. We could probably fit a fair amount in here. And it's nice and quick, something to just leave down there. It's not too large. And it's on sale, so I think we're just going to go ahead and get that really quick. And yeah, this is sure tempting. I don't know. Let me know in a comment if you think we should get it. If it's still here and we got the money, maybe we can make something work. It is, this was here yesterday and it's still here today. So it might be the same for this guy. Who knows? But yeah, let's check out some other stuff here. Mowers, I think we're okay on. I mean, yeah, we're definitely good there. But a tedder, 100 horsepower for the biggest one, 42,000. We could buy that if we wanted to. And just get, I mean, that would, yeah, definitely get our hay made really quickly. And I feel like we do have this one here, so really if we're going to upgrade this, wow, 17 meters, so it's over double. That is the one to get. So something to keep in mind there. And if we want to get a windrower as well, this appears to be what we have. Just under 9 meters. If we got something like one of these, that's obviously 9 meters as well. This is 19, 14, 8.5. Yeah, and of course, so I mean, do we spend 100,000 on grass equipment? Or do we just lease some stuff? I suppose we could lease it for now as well if we wanted to. The workday is not that expensive, and we might need to use it a couple times. I suppose making hay will probably could return that at the end of the day. I suppose both of them we could, so I don't know. I think we should just maybe try out some new equipment. So let's lease this guy. And I think, do we buy this one or do we lease it as well? I'm tempted to just buy it, but I think we could get away with leasing it, and maybe, wow, that one is actually fairly cheap as well for the leasing costs. And then we still have a lot of money left in the bank, which, you know, that leaves some room to play. So I think we'll probably tow our autoload trailer home, and we'll get the farm guys to bring out the rest of the equipment. I don't know if they'll be able to load it on their flatbed or just tow it out with, I don't know, some trucks. Who knows? But we'll get it out there, and we'll get started probably mowing while they make their way, because, yeah, we want to get that grass just starting to dry in the hot sun while we get to harvest it. Alright, this is going to be this guy's spot down here. I figured would be just wonderful. And of course, every time the store helps me, it also doesn't, because it's like I want them to help, but I can't really do anything if it's just going to blow up my computer. It's, yeah, interesting. I don't know why it does that whenever I want to use AI. It seems to be fine when they're around the yard, but when I'm sending them off to do some work, they are just like traveling. Oh my gosh. The computer does not seem to like it for whatever reason on this map. Alright, we've made it back, and it looks like our other equipment has too. It's looking nice with both those Mack trucks lined up in the yard. So we're just going to get the truck pulled up, probably out here, and pull out the tractors, get the harvester out. And we'll just get the farmhand going on the smaller field there while we mow, just to kind of save some time. Well, we were going to top this guy up on fuel, but we're actually out of fuel, so we're going to have to, well, just make that do for now, and I guess we'll probably order, oh no, we could afford to get 10,000 liters. No, last time that popped up, that was like, oh, whoa, no way. But, I don't know, maybe 5,000 should be fine. So we'll do that. We'll order some diesel, and it should probably be here later today. We got some other tractors and whatnot to fuel up, so not a problem. We can wait a little bit longer, but yeah, this guy was getting pretty low. Oh my gosh. And we'll get him over to the field. I wasn't sure if we would get the canola done today, but I figured it is a smaller field, and we have to get mowing anyways. So if the farmhand is doing that, it is kind of right next to us, and we can get over there, unload the trailer if we need to a lot quicker, and hopefully then we can just fully tend to our bigger field with the wheat and get baling and stuff like that as we go. I am tempted to lease a bigger harvester for that field. I know that is something we talked about, and something we could probably want to get in the future is a bigger harvester, but it's just so much money, and it's not in the cards right now. But if we're saving money by leasing some stuff, it could be worth it to get one of those, but I know they are just so expensive, so that is kind of tough. As you can see, we dropped off our one trailer down there. I probably will link it up with our other one. That way we just have a lot more space. I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it for the canola, but I just don't want to be running back and forth that much. Oh boy. Alright, well, after a little bit of, well, fandangling. I don't know why that was the word that came to mind, but we got it figured out. And yeah, for some reason, I thought that our canola was ready to harvest, but it's not. So that makes our life a little bit easier. So we're just going to get this grass cut because, well, that's probably the first thing we need to get done. And then we can move on over to our next field, which should be good. I don't know why our front doesn't want to drop down for us. There we go. That'll be good. Looks like we should get a good amount of grass from this, and of course we can be nice and wide and try and get as much out of it as we can. We'll probably make another strip between our canola field and our grass field here, and then we can just let it bake in the sun for a little while and shift our focus over to the wheat field. So that makes our lives a heck of a lot easier today and really just spreads out the work. And I was pretty sure I did offset the planting there, so I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking this morning, but definitely wasn't awake just yet. And I suppose we could, again, go a lot wider than we are here. I just wasn't really sure how far to go with the plowing, because we are in fairly uneven terrain, but we probably should try and get the most out of it. We have some bigger equipment with us, so if we can get as much as we can mowed up, we'll have some pretty big swaths. No more weak swaths, alright? That's the new year. New year, thick swaths. Well, that went fairly well, and I think we utilized a fair bit of the field. I mean, I suppose that's how big we could plow it to, essentially, if we wanted to. But we'll see how much we get, and if it really makes a difference between the non-plowed section and the plowed section. And you might have noticed, we put on some wide tires on this guy. We did order them. They were only $2,000, so we kind of just splurged because, well, because we could. And I think they look nice, so why not? So those will be on when the Narrows aren't on there. And yeah, this is kind of precarious, but we squeeze her in. Alright, we finally made it over here. So we're just going to do the headland, and I suppose we could do a little bit more just to get a head start on the baling. But we'll see how it shakes out. Good, we are dropping straw, so that is good. And yeah, now that we kind of, well, I suppose we do want to get our grass done as well today, but now that our focus has shifted to this field, we should be good. I don't know.
I'm losing it, folks.
Nah, we're good. We're just going to hop in. We'll get this field wrapped up, and we'll see you at the end of the headland. Well, that went pretty well. We decided to do 2 passes because it'll just give, well, the machine a lot more room to turn around, so hopefully there isn't as many miss spots. And yeah, that, unfortunately, these swaths are kind of weak. But I think that just comes down to the size of the harvester, really. If it was bigger, had a much wider piece in the front, it would be able to just consume more and, well, it would be outputting more as a result. So I think, yeah, that's just pretty much a result of a harvester, not because of the field or anything like that. So we can probably get this put away, and looks like that is just actually a fair bit from just 2 passes of the headland, so that's pretty good. And our beacon went off at, well, pretty much this last little strip each time. So that is a fair amount and kind of worked out perfectly in that sense. So we're just going to send off our worker.
He can go have some fun in the field.
And I think it might be worth it. Well, I don't know. Do we start baling? Do we drop off the seed? But I think we might, well, might start doing some grass work just quickly while we can. We are out of hay completely, and I guess silage should be next. We're going to be refilling on straw today as well. And something's funky with this snow. It's just absolutely refusing to melt. Alright, this guy's going to be pretty big. I think it does fold out again. So this should be interesting, and hopefully it shouldn't take us too long. Alright. Look at these guys. Wow. Imagine just like throwing some fruit into that. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know. It would just absolutely go flying and demolish it at the same time. Wow. That is something else right there. Alright. Well, we can kind of see. Looks like he's already made, whoa, 1 pass. Well, we did lease this, so whoops. With the harvester over there, as you can see beyond the trees. So he's making some good time. Hopefully we do too, and we can meet up when he's got a full hopper tank. Well, it looks like our friend stopped, so I'm thinking he must be full on grain. So we'll go pick up all of that really quick, and we'll continue on. We did get a good chunk of the field done, so that is the good thing. Well, we got over here, and we got you baited because, well, I think just because of the perspective. Perspective? Yeah. Perspective. Some words just sound interesting sometimes. But yeah, he was going straight on, and it just looked like he wasn't moving, but I think he was just going absolutely straight for us. But that's alright, he's coming in the right direction, I believe, with the pipe out of the field. So if we scoot down here, we should be able to catch up to him. And it looks like he's having no problems after we've done the couple headland passes, so that is good. Definitely learned from previous harvests. Should get lined up here, and we'll just follow him down to the end of the row. Might have a full trailer after this. You never know. I guess this is, what, the 3rd one? No, wait, that's all you got. I mean, maybe. Who knows? Suppose his beacon wasn't on. But he's... Oh, maybe the trailer's just full already. Yeah, that's gotta be it. There we go. This is where we got lucky number 2. Alright, well, we get this dropped off, both of them, and then we'll probably fill up one more time and let them roll on from there. guy's definitely putting in some good work. So we'll get him unloaded one more time, and I think we know that was, what, 3? Well, I don't know if the last one was full, or if any of them were full, really, but almost 3 full hoppers, we'll say. 2.5, maybe, but that's pretty good. It looks like he's about halfway down the field, so we'll take that. We can definitely get probably the rest of that tedding done, for sure. And I think, yeah, making that hay is going to be the priority because we have absolutely none of it, whereas we have a fair bit of straw. So it only makes sense that we prioritize that. And we do have some left in the mixing station. I'm sure we're not completely out of it, but we'll get the cows fed up and we can kind of see what our numbers are looking like. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. This is definitely a great machine. I do like it. It gets about 2 full widths of what our mower does, which is really nice. It's easy to kind of line up and just get the field done. And yeah, it's definitely deceptive looking at the harvester when it's going down because it totally looks like it is stationary sometimes when we're going at the same angle that the harvester's going down. So that was my bad before, but I mean, hey, it set us up into a good spot now where we might be able to start doing a little bit of windrowing even before we have to unload them one more time. Alright, he's going down the wrong direction for us to unload him right now, which I suppose, if we're smart, might be the right direction for us. If by the time we get down there, he's turned around, we can meet up for him and unload, and then we can probably get this whole field done by the time that he has to unload again. So I think we might do that instead. Looks like we timed that pretty well, actually. And I'm curious, looking at this field, it might be worth it to run across this with the windrower as well and make some bigger swaths here because, yeah, they're not the biggest, and we could definitely get them kind of a little bit more compact and have less to do with the baler. So that could be good because the baler does run a little bit slower, of course. It's got a lot to do and pack all that material together, whereas the windrower kind of just like uses air and just shoots it all into the middle. So that might be the play as well. We do have it just on lease, and it's not very expensive for a day-to-day cost. So if it ends up being that we can't get to it today, that's not the end of the world, you know. We'll get this guy fully unloaded, and then we'll go see how it operates and if that's kind of even going to be feasible. Alright, so we made it over here with the windrower. Looks like we didn't quite get it done in time for this guy to line up and synchronize with him, but that's okay. Looks like we might have to back him out of the field just a little bit. We definitely don't have row crops on this guy, so that's alright. And then we might have to actually switch over and get the 7 Series to be what hauls around our trailers, because it can do it pretty quick. I mean, it does have a higher top speed, which is nice, and this guy can switch over and do the baling, which is definitely a bigger job. So I think, what's the easiest way to go about this? We'll probably try something that doesn't work, and then we'll find out something that does work. I don't know. We'll see. We'll hop in here just for a hot moment. Alright, what do we just go all the way over to the other side and then back in? I think that's the way. I thought we'd be cheeky and wait for him at the end of the field, but it looks like he might have actually capped out there. So, yeah, we're going to have to do another little cheeky unload here. But that's alright. Looks like we're on the kind of last quarter of the field, no doubt, so it shouldn't take us too much longer. Alright, finally getting to baling. Oh, alright, yes, we'll unfold you. Alright, we'll get it turned on, lowered down, and then now. Finally, we can get to baling. I feel like... Is there an echo in here? Alright, anyways. Yeah, this tractor can definitely do this job now. It could not before, that's for sure. So this is its first time doing it, and it should be good. Our wheat is almost done, which is awesome. And it's getting pretty late in the day. Again, the long shadows, that's how you can tell. It's the best part of the day, golden hour. Everything's looking good. And yeah, we're just pumping some out here. Looks like obviously we did have one that was almost done in there before. I don't remember how much was left. And then we do have our full mixer over there too. So probably would be worth it to just drop some off for the cows, because they're pretty much always hungry. Away it goes. We'll see how many bales we get out of here. Any guesses? Let me know. I think maybe... Ooh, I would love to get at least 25, but that might be hopeful. That wasn't so bad. Something about the look of a field that has just been covered with bales. It just looks so nice. I don't think we got 25. Like I said, that might have been a bit of an overshot. But, yeah, that's okay. We might have to turn this other field back into a grass field as well. And you know what? We might even have to just change up how we do things. And I was thinking we might want to get a silo for silage. And that forage wagon we were talking about, you know, I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't pick that up, because that would have been a great addition. Although I'm thinking if we can just get a small front mower, like use the front mower we have perhaps, and just put a forage wagon behind it, and we can just load up as we go, drop it right into our silo, and then it just can ferment from there. So I think that might be something that's pretty useful. Put that silo obviously near our mixing station over there, and I think that'll be a lot more efficient than having to make more bales that way. Then we can just focus our baling strictly on hay, which means we could probably sell our silage wrapper as well if we wanted to, which could be awesome. So, you know, that might be a way of saving money in the long run and a lot of work for ourselves. So we'll get this guy pulled back in, and we'll hop back over into our 7 Series, probably get the rest of that grain unloaded, I'm hoping, and then we can call it a day. Alright, looks like he finally lined up nicely to be on the proper side for the pipe. So it shouldn't take too long. Looks like we maybe got, what, 2, 3 at the most passes left to do, and there is one little mispatch over on the end there, so we may as well get this finished up ourselves. I can just hang out here for the night because, well, it's going to get used next month on this field, so it should work out pretty well. We are just going to bring this guy over to the chicken coop because it does have a cover, so it can hang out there and be kind of the feed trailer for now. I suppose it was originally bought for bales, and we do have some bales to pick up, but we're going to have a whole lot more of straw bales as well, so I think it might be worth it. Oh god, this is not going to be fun to back up. I'm not that talented. So we are just going to do something a little naughty. Oh, I didn't... What hedges? No, we're good. Alright, we'll just top these guys up. I think we did it at the start of the day, so they shouldn't really need much at all. Hey, that put a little bit of a dent into it, noticeably. So we'll get the cover put back on here. We can drop him off. And you know what? He looks good there. We do have some eggs coming along. Almost a second full pallet, which is good. A lot of our chickens are going to be reproducing pretty soon. Well, producing and reproducing, so that's awesome. We'll get this guy pulled in here. I suppose he can just kind of stay here for the evening as well. Probably going to get used again tomorrow. I don't know, we have another harvest. And we can't forget about our cows, of course. I think we did get rid of the rest of the straw that was in there. And I think at this point... Oh, no, there is actually still some in there. So, good to know. But I think we can park this guy here for now. Kind of like we used to do with our mixer, because it kind of has a new home. Thankfully, we do already have one full. Looks like we're definitely running low on a lot of materials. The inlet is pretty empty on most of them, but that's alright. We do have stuff to put in and restock it. We did get 17 bales out of that, so that's pretty good. If you guessed, you know, around there, good on you. 25, like I said, that's what I wanted to get, but I'm not really sure how far that's going to get us. But I guess we'll kind of see. It's tough to gauge with our new mixer. So I think that silage silo will really be helpful if we can get that put in. Well, that's going to be it for this one. We got so much work done. We got a lot more to do tomorrow. We've had a lot of long episodes lately. It's just, there's been so much work to do. It's been good, and I've been having a lot of fun. Hope you have too. If you've made it this far, hey, good on you, and you're a real one. I appreciate it. Drop a comment down below. Let me know. You know, I love to see it. Love hanging out with you guys, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.